Hello folks, well this is Miguel from Embargo Man channel. Well, now I'm talking about one thing and one thing for sure that I have seen air, and I have seen how Nike, how Nike, one of the largest sportswear companies, sneakers and everything, has falling down from grace, and all suddenly because of stupid decisions. All right, the former CEO, Joe Donahue, have done stupid decisions at Nike during the pandemic when people were not were buying stuff online, and everybody else, even its competitors, has done the same thing. But now, all of a sudden, since Nike has been going not just from online sales but going back, cutting off the retailers, like where you can find brand new Nike shoes. Oh, things that have been left over in the warehouse end up in stores like Bloomington, and Ross and TJ Maxx and all that stuff. Why? Because everybody else, is cutting Nike shoes half price or whatever. This is where it goes. How does Nike goes from 10 years from now, 2024? But if you seeing this 10 years from now, maybe Nike is being big, and you guys seeing everybody wearing the swoosh. All right, so you already have maybe seen in 10 years from now. Oh shoot, where is this? Okay, yes, it might happen, but this is where Nikes fall. All right, the CEO Elliott might be changed, and everybody else is going to be wearing, national sports teams, especially soccer, aka football, where it's called in the rest of the world. All right, they're going to switch from Nike apparel. All right, Germany is one ditching Adidas, and what's gonna be next? All right, is going on very, 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 just at a need for help, because back then, back in the 1970s and 80s, when Nike has started, it started with Phil Knight in the back of a Volkswagen van. All right, selling shoes from a Volkswagen van, right? So whatever it takes for that company. How in the world does this brand has fallen from grace, with one CEO has done stupid decisions, cutting back inventory from Foot Locker and everything, so you could see your next pair of Nike shoes, selling at rock bottom prices at Burlington. Why? Because it is what it is, or like in the discount store. But what else is gonna be? We are not going to see this of what Nike might do, changing CEOs, and maybe national teams were switching from the brand that their apparel they're going to do. They're going to have their merchandise. Yes, from switching from the brand they are that makes their apparel to Nike. And let me tell you why. Because in about a couple of, in about like in 2 years or something like that, 5 years, you might even know. I'm in Colombia right now. All right, so the next CEO might be a Colombian American. It might have the Colombian soccer team switching from Adidas to Nike to make their gear. Then it's going to be like, how does these company, national sports teams switching from one. It's gonna be way before, and I hope Nike would be the official apparel. I mean, the only saving solution, because back in 1984 when I saw Air, Nike was it in the basketball game. Michael Jordan was like the biggest star in the NBA. He used to wear Adidas, but Adidas offered him some money. Besides Adidas, Converse, but then Nike had decided to pay him more money, and then here we go, the Michael Jordan shoe, the Air Jordans. Michael Jordan had made Nike popular. Now going through 2024 with Nike's stupid decisions on just cutting off their inventory, ending their inventory to sell in rock bottom prices at discount stores like Burlington, would be the only solutions. Is going from switching from Michael Jordan to Cristiano Ronaldo will be the new Michael Jordan. That's the only saving grace for Nike. Cristiano Ronaldo will be the new face of Nike, because I gotta tell you what, he plays in Saudi Arabia. I mean, what would Nike would do, all right? This is going to have this of challenges. The only solution is from Michael Jordan shoes to Cristiano Ronaldo soccer cleats. I mean, this is going to be what is going to sell, all right? Because Nike needs it like desperately. It's going to be before a Chinese company were to acquire Puma. I mean, the Chinese companies are going left and there. You have Hisense, you have all these Chinese companies at FIFA. But before a Chinese company acquires Puma, before the Chinese national team switch from Nike to Puma, all right, I want to see a swoosh in Saudi Arabia in 2034. Well, the only reason why 2034 will be the best year for Nike is because the money goes in there. Nike needs it. I mean, if Anta or Lining were to acquire Puma, I'll bet they'll choose Puma as the official apparel instead of Nike, because by 2030, it would be the last time Adidas will appear as the official, apparel or the official gear for the FIFA World Cup. Yes, and talking about soccer, the only thing to save Nike is soccer, because, I mean, this is one of the biggest sports in the world, called football in the rest of the world, is that Nike will have to just pay that deal and have the sponsorship for FIFA. And so from 2034 and beyond, Nike will be the official apparel for all FIFA World Cups. And that would be what it is, all right? So put it this way. I mean, what's going to be bigger, Nike or Puma? All right. So let me put in this perspective of what could happen if a Chinese company were acquire Puma. If a Chinese company were acquire Puma, then by the coming year and all these made in China 2025 projects and everything like that, then just to say, then Nike will not have a chance to sponsor or to be the official kit of FIFA 2034, the FIFA World Cup 2034 being held in Saudi Arabia. You know who's going to do it? And you know who's going to make more money? Puma. Then if Puma would have made more money than, even though Puma originated, is from Germany, same as Adidas, but then what if Puma be acquired by a Chinese company, then everything would be Puma will make more money than Nike. Then Puma is going to go through the NBA. Puma this, Puma that. Why would Puma would go to be the sponsor of every major sporting event? Because what's going to happen? If Puma be acquired by a Chinese company, then you're going to find Nike shoes at Walmart by now. If Puma were to acquire, if a Chinese company were to acquire Puma. Yeah, that's what happened. A Chinese company acquires Puma, Nike shoes end up at Walmart or Target. Either of those two stores, all right? So this is what will happen if a Chinese company acquires Puma, right? So if a Chinese company doesn't acquire Puma, then there's a chance, there's a higher chance for Nike that you could have all this acquired after 2030. All right? Yeah, if Puma doesn't acquire, it's not acquired by a Chinese company. If a Chinese company don't acquire Puma, then it would be a higher chance Nike's getting ready to the ball, it's getting ready to just pull it out, put every single last dollar. All right. So where does Nike goes besides teams switching from the company that make their uniform, even if it's Puma, to Nike? And let me tell you all this what would happen. Nike's assets, it would be like all this, another equity firm would be, Nike would have to sell off Converse for some reason out of the money. The deal with Nike would be, they change the CEO. After the CEO is from a certain country, let's say if the CEO is Colombian American, even if it's born here in Colombia, the first thing he will do for all these things of this, the first Latino CEO for Nike, it would be having the team, the Colombian national soccer team, and Nike open up development here in this country of anything. So it will open up shops, not going to making the uniforms in China or in Thailand or what Adidas has done lately, right? But most likely Nike would be focused in there replacing Adidas as the official apparel for the national football team, soccer team of Colombia. And then they're gonna switch it from Adidas to Nike, right? So Nike would be the best seller of the Colombian uniforms in this country, but then after all, you might have the US switching from Nike to Adidas, all right? And some countries, national teams were switching from Adidas to Nike or from Puma to Nike and vice versa, right? So it's not going to take that long for have to say the first Latino CEO of Nike having the Colombian soccer team switching apparel from Adidas to Nike, right? So that would be that Nike would have settled to open up shop in Colombia, right? To make the uniforms. Then whatever it has it says the only difference that you could see about Nike, Colombian national soccer team uniform will say made in Colombia, all right? That will say made in Colombia in that uniform. That's where it goes. Other than that, Nike will also have a ball. Yes, a football. What's called another outside North America, even here, it would call the Mecca ball. The Mecca soccer ball would be Nike's bestseller that will outsell the first Air Jordan shoes from 1984/85, right? It would have the Mecca cleats, the Mecca soccer cleat, or the Medina cleats, or anything related with Saudi Arabia, because the World Cup will be held in Saudi Arabia, right? So that would be for Nike. Then after the World Cup starts, 2034 comes around. Saudi Arabia will hold the World Cup in 2034. You're gonna see the swoosh on every stadium. On every stadium in Saudi Arabia, you have the advertisement, you see the swoosh. Instead of the three stripes, you see the swoosh. The referees will wear the swoosh, will wear the Nike uniforms. The official FIFA referee uniforms are going to be made by Nike. The soccer ball or the football is going to be made by Nike. And every team, every national team you're going to see on TV, they're kicking a Nike ball. The Nike Mecca ball. Mecca related because related to Saudi Arabia, the Mecca in Islam and what is called, yes, that I know it is a very sacred place, but for a ball to be called the Mecca ball, that would be one of the Nike's best sellers that's gonna outsell. That ball is going to outsell the Michael Jordan shoes from 1984 back in 2034. The cleats, or we call them Mecca cleats or the Medina cleats, those are going to be the number 2 bestseller. The Michael Jordan shoes from 1984 is going to fall into 3rd place. All right, so that would be the saving grace from Nike. And then I would say that this would be it. All this thing that the Mecca ball would be the best-selling Nike product that outsell the Michael Jordan shoes, right? Then what you're gonna have, the only star replace. You know what? By 2034, Nike would replace Michael Jordan and LeBron James and all of them so for Nike's best years, they're going to replace LeBron James and all the basketball and all the stars from other sports with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo would be the new face of Nike. You're going to see Cristiano Ronaldo promoting Nike. Just do it. Can you imagine that? Things for a change. The new face of Nike would be Cristiano Ronaldo or the French player Mbappé. All right, so that would be the new face of Nike. And what's going on with Nike is from now on, by 2034, Nike is going to be back to its glory days. 2034 for Nike is going to become 1984 again, right? So Cristiano Ronaldo, FIFA World Cup, Saudi Arabia will make Nike great again in 2034. Make Nike great again. Make Nike great again in 2034. That's the reason why Nike needs soccer more than ever, because that's the only saving grace from Nike, or what is called in this country, in Colombia where I'm at, and the rest of the world, is called football. So for all you people out there, is you want to call the sport football, because in the USA we have American football, So football will save Nike. Football will be the saving grace from Nike. For the people in North America, it's called soccer. That is what's going to save Nike. Because that's what it is. Nike's newest hero is not Michael Jordan, but Cristiano Ronaldo and Mbappe from France. All right, so that's Nike's new heroes, right? So soccer players will be Nike's new heroes, all right? Or football, the greatest FIFA stars would be this. The greatest stars from soccer or football, that's what it's called, are going to be the new face of Nike. They're going to be the new Michael Jordan for Nike. So 1984 is basketball for Nike. 2034 for Nike becomes 1984 because the soccer stars would be the new Michael Jordan for Nike to go back to its glory days. So if that could happen, even Nike, one of the players, one of the CEOs is watching, one of the guys who is Colombian, who is thinking of working at Nike, becoming the CEO, I bet he's going to turn Nike around. And then you have like Germany, who is the first country ditching their own, proud of their own country, a company from their own country switching to Nike. And then you have, is this person, a Colombian American, willing to have the Colombian soccer team switching from Adidas to Nike? That is going to be that day. So from now on, as long if a Chinese company don't buy Puma next year, Nike would reign supreme in FIFA, and the official apparel where all the referees, certain teams that wear Nike apparel is going to be the official apparel of the FIFA World Cups from 2034 and beyond. But if a Chinese company were to acquire Puma, then Nike is going to end up at the aisles of Target and Walmart if a Chinese company were to acquire Puma. So if a Chinese company don't acquire Puma, what's going to happen is that you're going to see the Nike logo, the swoosh, in all the stadiums promoting Nike, in the billboards at the stadiums and all over Saudi Arabia. The ball is going to be made by Nike. And all in between, Nike is going behind all FIFA World Cups, and from 2034 and beyond, Nike would be the official gear, ball, uniforms, and all in between related to soccer or football is going to be the official gear of the FIFA World Cups from 2034 and beyond, starting in Saudi Arabia. So what's going to happen? Please write me a comment, and maybe if you're watching have you seen, okay, if it's in the days where Puma reigns supreme because a Chinese company buys Puma, you're gonna see, oh my God, this guy is crazy about wishing that Nike that you could find in the aisles of Target and Walmart, and because of that, yeah, call me crazy. But if a Chinese company don't buy Puma, then you're gonna see, oh, that's right, Nike is it. Everybody's wearing Nike, but there's not gonna be basketball. It's gonna be all soccer, and all these soccer clubs would be wearing Nike apparel, and the uniforms worn by referees at FIFA would be all made by Nike, and you will see, oh yeah, I want this Nike ball. I want this Nike ball. I want the Mecca ball from Saudi Arabia. I want this other ball from whichever country will help go the World Cup. Maybe the Samurai ball or the Shogun ball if they have another World Cup in Japan. The Shogun ball and another FIFA World Cup being held in Japan, or whatever the name of the ball. Then you know that Nike would make all the soccer balls, because after 2034 it would be Nike's turn to take over the FIFA World Cup with everything advertising by Nike. This would be it. I mean, write me this comment. See you in the next video on Embargo Man. And let me tell you that what do you think of Nike? That if Nike would be the official pair of the official gear and the official sponsor of the 2034 FIFA World Cup, tell me about Cristiano Ronaldo or Mbappe being the new face of Nike, helping to sell more Nike cleats. Like Nike cleats outselling the Michael Jordan shoes from 1984, or that the Mecca ball made by Nike used in the 2034 FIFA World Cup held in Saudi Arabia. Tell me about it and what you think about it. Write me in the comments. See you in the next video. Hit the bell button, subscribe, and that will be an interesting comments of all of you people out there. So see you there. Goodbye. Peace out.